The deadline for Congress to stop President Obama's nuclear deal with Iran from being implemented passed last week. While the Obama administration prepares to move forward with the historic agreement, Republicans are still pushing back against the White House. But what can Congress do now to stop the White House from implementing the Iran deal? Congressman Peter Roskam from Illinois has been leading the charge against the Iran deal in the House of Representatives, and he says he has an idea for how Congress can respond.
The courts decided last week in the unrelated Obamacare case that the United States House of Representatives has standing, which is groundbreaking. If they have standing in Obamacare, they probably have standing, I would argue, in a lawsuit to prohibit the administration from raising the sanctions. And here's the irony. Before Corker-Cardin, the president could have just lifted the sanctions on his own. Once he submitted to Corker-Cardin, he submits to the deadlines and the limitations, and now the law, I would argue, prohibits him from doing that.
So are you saying then that you see litigation and a lawsuit as one of the more reasonable, more likely ways for Congress to respond?
Yes. I mean, it's not going to be Peter Roskam's decision. It will be the Speaker of the House that will make that decision. But he has said in a press conference last week that he will look at every tool at his disposal, including litigation, if I remember his language exactly. And so I think that's under various considerations.
Not only did 244 House Republicans, including Roskam, and 54 Senate Republicans oppose the deal, but a majority of Americans do too. But regardless of public opinion, the White House remains committed to the deal and says it prevents Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon. What message do you think that sends to the American people?
Well, it says to the American people, elections matter, first and foremost. And if we had a different president right now, we wouldn't be in this situation. So rather than looking in the rearview mirror, looking forward, it's really important. The 2016 election cycle is going to be a large discussion about what is the role of the United States in the world. I think that the consequences of the president's basically going to the Iranians and telling them, I'm not going to leave here without a deal, they rolled him. They absolutely rolled him from a negotiating point of view. So what it tells the American public is, elections matter, 2016 counts.